Hi loves, welcome to Eco Designs to Fit YouTube channel. If you are stumbling upon my channel for the very first time, hi, my name is Chiwendo and you are welcome. Today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to pad a bustier blouse or your bustier top without using a wadding or what you know as breast pad. Okay, so these are my bustiers. Bear in mind that whatever you cut out, that is what you're going to be padding. So if you don't cut it right, it's not going to stand. Okay, so what I have right here is hairstay. We are also going to be needing a paper gum. Now for the actual fabric, I'm going to be using hairstay to pad the actual fabric. So this is the center front, and what you're going to do is to fold into it. Okay, so starting from the folded parts, you're going to insert the center front of your bustier, and then you're going to go down below the neck depth by 1 inch, and then you cut out. Now ensure that the down part doesn't exceed the under bust point. Okay, so you can see that this one exceeded and I'm trying to trim it out. Now after you cut it out, this is what I have. You can see, so I folded into 8 because I needed 4 pieces for my center front, and this is supposed to be on fold. Okay, you can see how bold it is. Now I'm going to fold another hairstay, and this time you can see I folded into 4 and then folded again. In that case I folded into 8 also. So this time around I'm going to be cutting out 8 pieces. Okay, but this time around I'm not following any folded parts because it's going to be in separate form. All right, and then I've cut out from the under bust. Ensure that it doesn't pass the under bust. And now after you cut out, you're going to place your tape on the curvy parts and then measure a width of 6 to 5 inches. Okay, but it shouldn't exceed 7 inches, and you're going to cut out. Can you see what I have right here? And on this part what I should have is 8 pieces, so I'm going to be counting it: 4 for one part of the side fronts and 4 for the other parts. And remember that this should be placed on the actual fabric. Now I'm going to cut out on the paper stay, and I'm going to be using what I have on the hairstay to cut it out. Okay, now I've placed what I have on the side front of the hairstay on the paper gum, and I'm going to cut. I folded into 4 because I need 2 for each part. Okay, so on the paper stay I'm cutting out just 2 pieces for each part. Okay, and for the center front of the lining I'm going to cut out also just 2 pieces. Okay, so I folded into 4 and I'm going to follow what I have on the hairstay to cut out. So guys, now that we are done cutting this out, you can see I have 2 pieces for the center front of the lining and then 4 pieces for the side front of the lining. So now I'm going to bring in my actual piece, and then first of all notch the under bust points. Okay, so that you are not going to exceed that. Okay, and then you're going to start placing in. All right, now after you place in, bring in your iron and then you gum. Okay, I didn't say you should iron because most of us don't know the difference between gumming and ironing. Okay, so please gum. So I've gummed the first pieces. I'm going to go ahead and gum the remaining ones. And please guys, you have to ensure that whatever you are doing right now doesn't exceed the under bust points. All right, So now once you are done, turn it over to the good part, and then you iron it properly well, because if you don't do that, you might have like folds in between. Okay, and when you are done, go ahead and cut out the excess hairstay. Now once you are done with this part, go ahead and bring in the side fronts, and then you place in your hairstay. Okay, so remember that this time around we are placing on each of the pair. So you're going to be placing in 4 pieces for each of them. So I've placed in one, and I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I'm going to do that until I finish the 8 pieces that I have for the sides front, and then I'm equally going to iron the fronts. Okay, that is the good part, and then cut out the excess hairstay. Now once you are done fusing in the hairstay on the actual piece, go ahead and fuse in the paper stay on the lining piece, and you move over to your sewing machine and sew this together. Okay, so now as you are sewing, you're going to have to top stitch on the lining piece, and then you are going to notch the seams of the actual piece. And once you are done, you're going to go ahead and bring in your bust ham, and then iron the seam allowances. Okay, just open up the seam, just like you can see me doing like this. And you guys, once you are done opening up the seam allowance around the cup area, go ahead and repeat the same thing around the waistline. Okay, you can see what I am doing. And once you are done with all of this, using your bust arm again, turn over to the good part and give it a good press to avoid any form of folding around that area. Okay, so after we are done, you guys, this is what our bustier looks like. You can see how it's standing as if we used wadding to pad this. Okay, it is that simple, and this will bring us to the end of this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share this video to get more people to see it. That way you are supporting this channel. I will see you in my next one. Bye.